B Marsh Boxing back at it. B Marsh Boxing, man. I hope everybody out there had a wonderful Labor Day weekend. First of all, I want to apologize. I ain't made a few videos in a few days. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, man. I was on a little vacation. Had to enjoy my Labor Day weekend. Get back on the grind, and officially, the Tuesday after Labor Day, in my opinion, unofficially, but it is the first day of fall. You know what I mean? Just like Memorial Day, unofficially is the first day of summer. You know what I'm saying? But the official first day of summer is my birthday, June 21st. Just like the official first day of fall, I believe is either September 20th or September 21st. But to me, after Labor Day, first official day of fall, kids going back to school, no white sneakers after Labor Day. So I'm glad everybody's back. I'm back on my gorilla grind, man. Got a lot of got a lot of shipments to make out today. You know what I mean? Got made a lot of guap over this 3 day weekend, and I wasn't even home. So it's a blessing, man. To give thanks. You know what I mean? But yo, man, here to talk about a breakdown and prediction before one of the best fights that could be made for 2018. One of the best fights at one of the best divisions in boxing. Not just best division, one of the best divisions in boxing today, but historically. You know what I mean? It's a money division. You know what I'm saying? This is where the money fights are made. This is where you can make your bones. You make your bones in the welterweight division. Have a great career. You're almost destined for the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? So this, of course, my breakdown about Danny Garcia versus Shawn Porter. Of course, Shawn Porter. I don't know his official record. I know he has how many losses? He lost to Kell Brook and Keith Thurman, while the man Danny Garcia's only lost to Keith Thurman. He has one loss on his career. Now, this is truly a 50-50 fight in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to pick a winner in this fight. Am I confident in my pick? Uh, I say I'm 60-40 confident in my pick, but I do believe this is a 50-50 fight. By me saying that, I won't be surprised if either man won. In whichever particular fashion, we shall find out. But here go my breakdown and prediction. Now, keys to victory, in my opinion, for a guy like Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter's a kind of guy who, in my opinion, you know, he's a big dude. You know what I'm saying? He's a big kid. It's amazing how the man makes 147 pounds for a guy who's competed in the amateurs at middleweight. A guy in middleweight who's fought guys like and the amateurs fought guys like Danny Jacobs numerous times. You know what I mean? Man fought even guys like a cruiserweight in Alexander Usyk. You know what I mean? So Sean Porter, like I said, man, you gotta give him his props and credit for making weight. You know what I mean? I'm sure he sacrifices a lot, but will that play an advantage for him in this fight? We shall find out come Saturday. But I think Sean Porter, his keys to victory, man, he has a very underrated jab. You know what I mean? For a guy who is a guy who has a football background, his jab is pretty technical. You know what I mean? It's pretty sound. It's textbook. It's the kind of jab that actually sets up the table for him. You know what I mean? The kind of jab that when he gets on the inside, it's from setting up shots with his jab. You know what I mean? Is he good at cutting off the ring? Somewhat, but I think his footwork is definitely more superior to the man Danny Garcia. You know what I mean? He does have quick feet, using that jab to get on the inside, smother opponent's shots. And unfortunately for him, his technique sometimes he smothers his own shots. You know what I mean? Now that's one tactic that I could see the man Sean Porter bringing towards Danny Garcia's attention. You know what I mean? I think if he does that and keeps the pressure on Danny Garcia, make this an uncomfortable fight, I think that's his best way of winning this fight. You know what I mean? Putting the pressure on him constantly, stepping up on him. You know what I'm saying? Throwing hooks when he gets on the inside. You know what I mean? I believe Sean Porter has a slightly longer reach than the man Danny Garcia. You know what I mean? And it could work in both ways, and that's for setting up the jab from the outside to set up the table to get on the inside, and using some hooks to offset the man Danny Garcia. You know what I mean? Because if he tries to throw straight punches from the inside, all he gonna do is smother his work. You know what I mean? He gonna be in there looking like gonna be out there looking like who's a good comparison. There's somebody I was thinking about before I even made this video of a man who smothers his work a lot. You know what I mean? Okay, I'll give you a good example. Go watch that fight between Frank Bruno and Oliver McCall. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of situations in there where both guys were smothering their work. You know what I mean? They you know, in my opinion, that fight with Frank Bruno and McCall, nobody was really hurt like that, but there was a lot of fatigue from both guys, smothering, clinching, and just you know not really getting off the kind of shots they would like to. You know what I'm saying? So that's where Shawn Porter, in my opinion, that's where he does that's where a lot of his negative work comes from. You know what I'm saying? Not the most clean punches, and that's why it's kind of rare to see the man um, Shawn Porter even hurt opponents. Man, I seen the man struggle years ago with guys like Julio Diaz. A career 130 pounder, 135 pounder. You know what I mean? Gave this man a lot of problems. You check it now. Um, with that being said, damn, I had another one that just slipped my mind. Another guy who smothers his work. But anyways, I think Danny Garcia is gonna have to hold firm, stand his ground. You know what I'm saying? And if he does that, kind of like sort of what the man Adrian Granados did in that particular fight with Shawn Porter, I believe that might have been Shawn Porter's last fight, if I'm not mistaken. It was either that or the Berto fight. But I know he did struggle in that fight with Adrian Granados because Adrian Granados stood in the pocket with him and waited for the man to come forward. You know what I mean? There was times where Adrian Granados did a lot of showboating, and in my opinion, that cost him the fight because that was a close fight. You know what I'm saying? Very close fight. And Shawn Porter, man, he can take a punch, no question about it. I do believe he got a chin. You know what I mean? But so does Danny. I ain't never seen Danny knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Danny Garcia got caught by the man, what's his name, Keith Thurman, in the first round of that fight. He got caught with a hook, had that man's arms flaring around. You know what I'm saying? And after that, the man Danny was kind of tentative for at least the first half of the fight. You know what I mean? But I think Danny Garcia, if he just times the man and stands his ground, I think he can catch the man Shawn Porter coming in, you know what I mean? And that's actually where the man Danny Garcia excels in his timing and counter punching, you know what I'm saying? I think Danny Garcia is even the more textbook, more fundamentally sound boxer than the man Shawn Porter. He has a better 1-2 in my opinion, has a better left hook, better counter puncher, and I believe he has better defense, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the man is a defensive maestro like Pernell Whitaker or anything, but he's hard to hit, unlike the man Shawn Porter. You know what I mean? Shawn Porter, he can get hit. You seen the fight with Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman laid some lumber on the man. I'm surprised the man ain't even go down. But I think that the man Shawn Porter, his best way to win this fight is cutting off the ring, applying a lot of pressure on the man Danny Garcia, cutting him off with the foot speed, and just overwhelming him with pressure. You know what I'm saying? But he also has to have clean, effective punches. You know what I mean? That's gonna be uh, uh, it's gonna be imperative that he has clean, effective punches because that's all Danny Garcia is about. You know what I mean? Danny Garcia could take a punch, man. I remember that fight with the man Lucas Matisse when he knocked his mouthpiece and down near into the fourth row, flushed straight right hand. You know what I'm saying? Danny Garcia ate it like a champ. You know what I mean? I seen the man Shawn Porter get put on the canvas by Adrian Broner. Flash knockdown, call it what you want. You know what I mean? But it was the first uppercut, first left hand by the man Adrian Broner in that 12th round, and they put him on the canvas. You know what I mean? I think Danny Garcia, man, can offset the man, the man's tactics of coming forward, withstanding his ground, pumping out that jab, timing, slipping punches. You know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting Danny Garcia got to keep a high guard. You know what I mean? A pure boxer and a guy with a higher work rate might possibly beat the man, Danny Garcia. And Sean Porter is all about that work rate, you know what I mean? But I think Danny Garcia is gonna have to pick his spots, you know what I mean? He's gonna have to time with the jab, you know what I'm saying? Time him with the straight right hand flush, kind of like how he caught the man on Brandon Rios, you know what I mean? Brandon Rios did a good job himself of cutting off the ring at points in time, and you know, I had the man Danny Garcia on the ropes and was going to the body and was applying relentless pressure. And those were the rounds that I did give the man Brandon Rios. But ultimately, Danny Garcia caught him with a flush right hand, you know what I'm saying? A flush right hand over Brandon Rios not really protecting his face with his left hand after he threw a lazy right hand, you know what I mean? A lazy light right hand lead, you know what I mean? That's right hand leads like how Roy Jones used to do it, just straight off the right hand lead, is dangerous. You know what I mean? It's dangerous because you can get countered, and that's exactly what happened to Brandon Rios by superior master counterpunch in the man Danny Garcia. You know, so Sean Porter got to apply a lot of work rate. You know what I'm saying? And clean, effective punches. Danny Garcia is not gonna. He's gonna have to keep his high guard up. He's not gonna be evasive really with his footwork. You know what I mean? But he's gonna have to have a lot of upper body movement and also clinch. He's gonna have to clinch. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to clinch. Gotta take a playbook out of what Kell Brook did to the man Sh- Sean Porter. Now is Danny Garcia strong enough to clinch with the man Sean Porter? Probably not, but at the end of the day, all he got to do is clinch enough to offset and make the man Sean Porter have to reset. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about, man. But ultimately, man, I got to go with the man I think got the more superior technical ability, and I do believe that's Danny Garcia. You know what I mean? Danny Garcia's textbook fundamentally sound, and I think his straight right hand is going to cause problems for the man Sean Porter while he's trying to come in. Sean Porter is not a guy who's uses from the outside a 1-2. You know what I mean? He can box well using his jab from the outside, but that's ultimately to cut off the distance to get on the inside. Danny Garcia can box well from the outside. You know what I mean? Can Danny Garcia box well on the inside? Not as much, not better than the man Sean Porter, but then again, Sean Porter does smother his work a little too much for my liking. You know what I'm saying? And you know, look at this fight with the man Andre Berto. You know what I'm saying? Can't really say that the man did a lot of clean, effective punching in there. There was a lot of bull rushing, headbutts, and a lot of clinching, and just it was a foul fest. You know what I'm saying? So I think Danny Garcia gonna edge out this victory. You know what I mean? A close victory, probably a split decision. You know, but Adrian Granados, man, I think he showed that the man Danny what's his name? Sean Porter might be slowing down, and it's just gonna take timing. And it's only probably a matter of time till he gets caught flush in the face by a straight right hand or maybe a left hook. You know what I'm saying? If Danny Garcia does a nice bob and weave, left and right, using his head movement, and claps him with a left hook, that could ultimately turn the fight around. You know what I mean? What kind of punches does Sean Porter have that could offset the man, Danny Garcia? Probably work away from the inside. You know what I mean? In my opinion, it's if Sean Porter does win this fight, it's gonna be more from a high work rate, volume punching, and just staying on top and applying pressure on that of Danny Garcia. You know what I mean? So that's my prediction. B Marsh Boxer. Let me see what fella's saying in the chat. What's good? Mike D, the so-called black in the chat. He says, "What's good, B Marsh? What's happening, big man?" Mike D says, "Was leaning towards Garcia, but now I see Porter pulling it out. Possibly, man. It's a 50-50 fight. I won't be surprised if that happens." Del Boy, what's good, Del Boy? How you feeling, big man? Del Boy's in the chat. He says, "I got Porter on points. I can't see Danny dealing with Porter well up close. Porter has quick feet, and I feel he will get inside on the regular basis. Danny has struggled on the inside against Herrera and Lamont Peterson. Um, I think Lamont Peterson defeated the man with two styles in that fight. Um, I thought Danny got Lamont Peterson tried to play a stick and move game for the first half of the fight, boxing from the outside, um, boxing going backwards, hit and not get hit tactic. To the point where, remember that fight, Danny Garcia was like, "What the fuck, man? Just stand in front of me, dogs. Just what's all this running for? Just stand in front of me so we could fight." You know what I mean? He was frustrating him in the first half of that fight. Then in the second half of the fight, I thought that the man, Lamont Peterson, was applying pressure. Come forward, pressure on Danny Garcia and closing the distance. But it wasn't particularly a phone booth fight. I think Danny Garcia was trying to cruise in the later rounds because he thought he bagged numerous rounds in the first half, and that's what he was doing, in my opinion. He was more running. It wasn't a phone booth. It's similar to the Mauricio Herrera. Mauricio Herrera outboxed the man. I don't think it was that Mauricio Herrera beat Danny with the inside fighting. I thought it was a high work rate, clean, effective punching, and just an awkward style, which Mauricio Herrera is an awkward fighter, you know what I mean? So, you might be right there, boy, as far as I feel Daddy has struggled. He says, that boy said, Porter has quick feet, and I feel he will get on inside on a regular basis. I feel he'll get on the inside on a regular basis too, Del Boy, but I think he might smother his work too much to the point where is he landing anything with cleaner and effective punches? You know what I'm saying? And Danny also has an option. Like I said, man, he need to go look at that Kell Brook fight. He can clinch it. He can clinch. Hey, and the referee will break him apart and go ahead, break, fight again. That's a way to offset him, you know what I mean? You know who's a master clinching? Vladimir Klitschko and Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather and them fights versus guys like Manny Pacquiao and Maidana, especially the second fight, what would he do? He wouldn't stay in the pocket for too long. Just stand in front of these massive punches in Maidana and Pacquiao. He'd drop some one-twos, counter right. What's that? That counter pull, that pull counter, right. You know what I'm saying? Catch a dude, and then he holds him. He clinches him, and the referee breaks it up. He's a master clincher, and it would just go like that back and forth. You know what I mean? Um, Caban, what's good, Caban? What's happening, man? He says back from vacation. I'm taking Shawn. He got Shawn Porter, man. Good to see you, Chris Caban, man. I was gonna hit you up, man. I was thinking about you yesterday, Dogs. You need to hook me up, put me on to how we could get that digital cable thing popping off. How you was helping me one time, you know what I mean? Cause football about to start, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to watch some football games. You know what I mean? I got the cord and whatever, so I just need to put that joint in the back of the TV and you can help me with the setup. Yeah, man, good to see you back in this piece. Chris Caban says, um, TKO. He says, too strong for Danny, won't throw enough punches. Porter will outwork him. Well, that's one way to beat Danny Garcia is to outwork the guy, and that's one of Shawn Porter's specialties, man. It's the outworking a guy and just being a volume puncher. You know what I mean? Chris Caban says Danny and Shawn had two common opponents, Paulie and Thurman. Both said Shawn hits harder. Yeah, that's one. Yeah, they did have Shawn Porter. They both fought Paulie and Thurman. You know what I mean? Um, I think it took 9 or 10 rounds for Danny to stop Malignaggi, and Porter destroyed Malignaggi in 4 rounds, and that was live in the building. Had great seats. I seen Danny Garcia. I'm sorry, Porter demolished Malignaggi. Then he put him under the ring. You know what I mean? Chris Caban says Porter fight with Broner was at 144. He was drained. True indeed. Yes, indeed. That was a catchweight fight. Mike D, the so-called black, says if Porter can bully, he'll pull out the win. But if Danny can clinch, it's over. Danny's gonna have to clinch, man. Kell Brook set off the blueprint, dog. He's gonna have to clinch. You know what I'm saying? Especially when things get tough on the inside. Mike D says, I wish people understand how much clinching is a part of boxing too, just like Muay Thai. Exactly. So I don't understand. Look, I don't want to watch a hug fest. Never that. And nobody wants to watch a hug fest. Like what's that fight? The Tony Tucker versus Mike Tyson. Don't nobody want to watch no hug fest. But at the end of the day, clinching is essential. It's essential. It's a strategy. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta clinch. You know what I mean? I was listening to a hangout not too long ago, and people are actually trying to compare or trying to act like clinching is more egregious than low blows. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. You know what I'm saying? Like low blows is a dirty part of the game. Sometimes it could work. Hey, sometimes when I play fight night, when I got a motherfucker on the ropes and I've been trying to get this dude up out of here for the longest, a dude who got a chin. You know what I'm saying? Let's say Muhammad Ali or something, man. And I got him on the ropes and I'm throwing combinations, left, right hooks to the body, throwing everything possible. If I stun him right quick and he lets his hands down, man, I'm gonna hit him in the Bozak. I'm gonna throw a uppercut to the nutsack. He's gonna drop his head, and I'm gonna throw that right uppercut because you're only gonna get a warning the first time. They're not gonna deduct points till after the second low blow. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, it's part of a strategy, but it is a dirty tactic. But at the end of the day, it's a fight. You know what I mean? But clinching is very essential. You know what I'm saying? Clinching is you have to clinch when, especially when you're hurt. You know what I mean? So, get Deontay Wilder and Ortiz round 6. You know what I mean? Round 7. Wilder was hurt. Wilder clinched. That's why Wilder didn't hit the canvas. Look at Vladimir Klitschko and AJ. You know what I'm saying? Vladimir Klitschko tried to clinch when he was getting mirage with shots by AJ in the 11th, and he tried to clinch, but he got caught with an uppercut, and that finished the fight. You know what I mean? So yo, B Marsh Boston, what's good? AP, how you feeling? Anthony Purvis in the chat, man. What's happening with you? Yeah, man. So I think I'm gonna go with Danny Garcia, man. I'll put my chips on Danny Garcia. I plan on making some money this weekend. I ain't bet on a fight since probably springtime. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be hedging my bet on both guys. You know what I mean? Danny and Porter to win. So I'm gonna win some money. B Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments. Big ups to Mike D. Big ups to Chris Caban, my man Del Boyd, Boxing News in the chat. Big ups to Anthony Purvis, and thanks for listening to everybody. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Let me know who y'all think gonna win this fight. I got Danny by split decision, 7-5. Alright? Peace.